The purpose of education is to produce a good learners. Not just a good learners, but also a good people. A pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. I am Roel C. Matubang, VTBT EdH Bakar student. And today, I'm going to discuss about effective classroom management. Effective classroom management. But before that, let me present to you my objectives for this topic. First, understand what is classroom management, discuss the classroom management techniques, and appreciate the importance of effective classroom management. What is a classroom management? It is a ways of organizing the resources, pupils, and helpers so that the teaching and learning can process in an efficient and safe manner. In other words, it refers to the procedures, strategies, and techniques that the teacher must use in order to manage the student's behavior. So when we say effective classroom management, so it creates an environment that is conducive for teaching and learning process. So that's what we call effective classroom management. Why is classroom management important? Satisfaction and enjoyment in teaching are dependent upon leading students to cooperate. Improving your classroom management, it means you are constantly working to create a learning environment in which all students feel safe and appropriately challenged. It means that the learning opportunities you provide to students are organized, planned, and well delivered. Classroom management issues are of highest concern for beginning teachers. For the beginner teachers, this will be their basis to ensure a success in learning, since they have no techniques or methods on how to handle students. By this, it is a great help because it serves as their guidelines on how to manage a students or a class. We are already done discussing what is classroom management and its importance, and now I present to you the classroom management techniques. Actually, there are various of techniques on how to manage a classroom, but with my assigned topic, I'm going to discuss about management of relationship and management of discipline. Management of relationship refers to the established activities or procedures that are repeatedly done. This merely focuses on establishing a positive and supportive classroom environment, combining the different types of learners to create a good term relationship and allow them to socialize with others. Under this are teach pupils to learn how to form various grouping and return to standard arrangement with minimum confusion. As a teacher, it is our job to facilitate students in every activities. So, with these techniques, we're going to mandate them to create their own group and encourage every students to behave in order to avoid confusion. Second, develop a sense of interdependence, common bonds, define group expectations and relationship qualities that enhance wholesome emotional climate. So to create an enjoyable learning environment, we need to encourage every students to fully participate in every activities, create a common bond, and foster respect among others. Third, develop communication character that promote wholesome classroom relationship like positive constructive conversations aimed at understanding on another's point of view. Okay, teachers need to be provided an opportunities for classroom discussion to know their different problems in order for everyone to be heard and respect. So it is vital for the teachers to conduct a classroom meeting or open forum in order for the students to be heard and to know what are their problems or others and other matters. So number 4, Render different forms of assistance by providing class meetings or students to have an opportunity to examine the ideas and feelings that influence value judgment. So as a teacher, we must conduct a classroom meeting or homeroom meetings to discuss different matters to improve classroom management relationships and making changes to improve teaching and learning. So that's the important role of a teachers to facilitate different students to conduct a meeting, weekly meeting, to know the different opinions, feelings, or other point of view of their students. Second is management of discipline. Discipline is controlled behavior. It constitutes the next important concern of teachers as part of good management. No matter how well managed a learning environment is, students will occasionally misbehave. Teachers must be ready to deal with them with utmost care and consideration. In other words, discipline is defined as a practice of teaching others to obey rules and norms by using punishment to correct unwanted behaviors. In a classroom, a teacher uses discipline to ensure routine is well maintained, school rules are enforced, and the students are in safe learning environment. Some causes of disciplinary problems. Unfavorable learning conditions. The classroom may not be conducive to learning if it is, first, overcrowded. Overcrowded classrooms put the next school at risk of being shut down, with aspects such as lack of teachers, lack of facilities, lack of chairs. Also, overcrowded classroom can hinder the students' performance and participation. Second is poor lighting facilities. Okay, if there is not enough light in the classroom, the room looks uncomfortable and gloomy. Also, it can affect the students' performance and participation. Third is inappropriate seating arrangement. Due to inappropriate seating arrangement, the distraction may easily occur. Last is noisy. The effects of noise can hamper the learning opportunities for learners. Second is teachers' poor management skills. The teacher's lack of adequate knowledge and skills in handling occurrences of misbehavior likewise contribute to a trouble-prone setting. As a teacher, you spend several hours a day in a classroom with possibly hundreds of students. Without effective classroom management and positive learning environment, you find it difficult to motivate your students to behave well and to deliver your lessons. Also, because of poor management skills of a teachers, the learning process would not be effective and his or her class is unorganized. Third is students' varied background. The students bring to the classroom surprising record of individual attitudes, interests, and abilities. Said characteristics could be traced from their differences in family background, physical and mental capabilities, and emotional traits, among others. Okay, due to their differences, it really matters where they from, their family background, what attitudes and personalities they may acquire in their surroundings. So, this could be one of the reasons on assessing about their behavior, on how they discipline, how they behave, and what attitudes they may have. Next is how to prevent discipline problems. To prevent discipline problems, teachers can first implement group-oriented methodologies such as cooperative learning approach, team learning, peer tutoring, and group projects and collections. A good group work has a great potential for the students to encourage everyone to become active rather than passive learners. So, It is a great help for the teachers to lessen the misbehavior of students because everyone will participate, everyone will coordinate, and everyone will cooperate in the group activities. Second is use varied teaching techniques. This means we have to cultivate the lessons in a sense of manner in instruction that successfully challenge every student to participate and discussion. Third is develop patience, compassion, genuine respect, and care for the students. So we need to foster this kind of treatment to the students in order for them to feel cared and loved. Next is ways of dealing with discipline problems. Acceptable and effective. First, use verbal reinforcers that encourage good behavior and discourage bad tendencies. So example of verbal reinforcers are using praise, giving positive feedbacks, and let them feel to them that they are pleasant about the choice they made. Second is use nonverbal gestures, frown or a hard look to dissuade them from mischiefs. So when we say dissuade, it persuades someone not to take that particular action. So through nonverbal gestures, teachers, students become aware of their doings because they are afraid of what teachers can do to them. Third is dialogues can help in discovering problems and agreeing on mutually beneficial solutions. Okay, by the interaction between teacher and students, it really impacts the relationships on the students' self-esteem and enhance their skills. The fourth is focus attention on one who is unruly and is about to disturb the neighbors. By this, mas ma-eliminate ang kagubot sa isang classroom kay you are focusing only the student nga kuan misbehave. So imong i-get imong attention dito, imong i-take imong attention sa isa ka students nga magasinamok sa other students in order nga mas ma-eliminate nimo ang kagubot sa isa ka classroom o para mahatagan og kuan penalty o minisip kanang penalty ang isa ka kanang unruly student. Fifth is award merits for good behavior and demerits for inconsistency and lapses. So example, magkatagag candy for the students who are most behave. So, matagag candy. So na dapat if na mga students nga misbehave, magdidakag mga points. Yeah, kuan di nimo sila tagaan og mga rewards. So in that way, mas ma-persuade ang different students nga magbuhat og mayo. Next is unacceptable and ineffective. So mao ni siyang dapat natong i-avoid and dili dapat natong buhaton. First is scolding and the harsh words as a reprimand will have a negative effect on the entire class. Scolding your students makes them anxious. Also, it may make them ignore you. So, avoid that. Number 2, nagging and fault-finding together with long sermon are repugnant and nasty. We need also to avoid the long sermon of a student whenever they get mistake because it is a road. So, bastos kayo para sa teacher at the same time, side sa student, maka-feel siya og kaulaw. Third is keeping a student in a detention area during or after classes as a penalty for misbehavior is a waste of time and occasion for learning. The shameful experience is not easy to forget. So instead of keeping them in detention area, reward them to grab a book, then read it until the class was done. So in that way, mas makatuon pa ang student. Number 4, denying a student some privileges due to unnecessary hyperactivity can all the more encourage repetition. So, dapat di nato limitahan ang students sa ilang privilege. So, dapat ato nang ihantag sila ha kung necessary for them. The fifth is assignment of additional homework compared to the rest can make them dislike the subject. Okay, be fair. So, avoid biases, avoid favoritism. Number 6, use of ridicule or sarcasm could humiliate and embarrass students. Embarrassing student is prohibited and it will affect the moral or emotional aspect of students. So, ato na siyang i-avoid ng simple joke sa students. Bata kabalo nga for them, mas ilang gibig deal ang kanang small joke. So, maka-affect na siya sa emotional or moral aspects sa students. Okay guys, that's the end of my report. I hope you've learned a lot. And I think you are all ready for my quiz. It's quiz time. Please get 1/4 size yellow paper and a ball pen. And don't forget to write your name and the date. Okay, let's start now. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. Thank you for watching. Keep safe everyone. And God bless us all.